Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So, it is time that I get my hands on the meta in 3.8 Summoner League. Light League. Summoner League. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. So, it is time for my first ever real summoner, because I have played two summoners in the past. One was the Mentalist, that was actually a huge success in terms of pricing and what it could do. The second one was an occultist with the dancing duo that was built by Beller, but I didn't really like that one just because of the flask management. You're always like forced or focused to keep up your rampage stack, so your dancing duo is actually walling around killing stuff, and I was like, you know, I'm kind of old at the, or at least I got kind of old in the past couple of days, especially now since I'm 30. So I'm not a big fan of pressing too many buttons, you know, like focus on too many things, you know. I just want to have like an easy character for my daily Path of Exile. And that's why I decided to take my hands on a Zombie-mancer in specific. So I know there is like, I don't know how many summoner builds out there, with that being like SRS, you have like Arakalis, Funks, Spiders, you have like Spectres in all kinds of variation, you have Zombies, you have Skeletons, you have Mages, there's so many summoner builds, and since I personally, I'm not a big summoner player, you know, so I legit have no idea what the hell I'm actually doing here, and that's why I thought it's the easiest way to pick up a Baron, go strength stacking, and to take the Triad Grip with 4 white sockets, so 100% of physical damage is getting converted into chaos damage, and then just, as I said, stack strength and get a lot of big, juicy chaos zombies out there. This is the actual plan. I'm currently level 68, so I leveled this one up yesterday on stream, and I just woke up, so I'm quickly recording this first roundup video, first initial thoughts basically, and plannings, before I'm starting to stream. And then we're gonna get this character, yeah, somewhere at the Uber Elder stage, because I don't think, as far as I've seen here, that it's going to be a big deal. And in the end, I killed Uber Elder with Flame Dash Totem, so I think in the Summoner League, with more than 40% of players picking the Necromancer as a summoner, I don't think it should be hard at all for me to kill Uber Elder with this kind of build. But yeah, there is a lot of tweaks, or at least like build ideas that I have. The first thing that I don't like on Summoner is what we see here. I mean, you log in, you have your Spectres here, and legit, I have no ideas about Spectres, okay? What I know from, I think it was with Bellar's guide, in Act 2 you can get those apes here, and they're giving your minions frenzy charges. So I don't know what this guy is, or when I ever got that one, but it's totally fine for now. So the first thing is, I have 3 auras at the moment, with that being Purity of Elements, Haste, and Vitality. That means, with my small mana pool, I cannot even summon Golem. So the first thing you have to do once you log in with your character, and this is a summoner thing that I don't like, deactivate all your auras to have enough mana. Then take a mana flask that the effect is not removed at full mana, and then you can start summoning your minions, right? Then, and the next thing is, you have the, where is it? Where do I have it here? Cyclone. Like, this is the first thing that I adjusted here on a build. Usually you would go in with Desecrate, spawning some, god, there's so many buttons. Spawning some monsters here, right? And this is one good thing. The last thing I think that you took as Spectres are going to be the ones that you are spawning here with the Desecrate. I think it is like that, because I picked those up, I think, somewhere at level 40, my Spectres here, and still, like, a couple hours later, after doing Ubel up and got into mapping, I still have those Frenzy dudes here. So I think it just saves the last time you took a Spectre, which is good, because if you're looking for a specific Spectre, then you just log in, and then you have it here ready to just resummon again, right? But yeah, then you're just gonna do this, and then you have like some corpses here, and then you can start summoning your zombies. And they cost a shitload of mana, so I can summon 3 zombies before I run out of mana. So you're kind of forced to have a mana flask in the start to actually get up your zombies, which is something I don't really like too much. But yeah, in the end, my setup is 10 zombies with a chaos, a stone, and the new Carrion Golem or something. And 3 Spectres. This is my actual kind of build that I'm running. I do have in an Animate Guardian leveling up next to it because I know that they are kind of good. I think there is an item, I think Kingmaker or something, that gives your party fortify or something like that. But I'm always like, ugh, that's so much stuff to do. I just skip that for now because at the moment it's like super easy. So the first thing I did was just taking Cyclone, Cast while Channeling, then Desecrate and Spirit Offering. So when you're Ascendant, you can take the Mistress of Sacrifice, so the offering is applied to yourself as well. And if we take a look what the offering is doing here, we gain max ES, max ES based on my life, then all resistance, Physis, extra chaos, which is kind of good. And this way I just need to run around, use my Cyclone here when I find it here, just spawn corpses and get the Spirit Offering going. So this is one easy way to just not focus on too many buttons here. And as you see, all my minions get all the buffs. Then don't forget to reapply your auras, because I usually forget that. But this is one thing I don't like on summoners, that you're always like forced to disable your auras. Like once we reach that point, right, then I summoned everything, then I can pretty much go into my stash and just replace the flask, because now I don't need the mana flask anymore. Because why? You know, I have all my minions summoned, they usually survive. I have my auras here, and that's about it, you know. But I think personally this is the kind of skill tree that I'm running at the moment, with a double efficient training here to convert all the intelligence nodes into strength nodes, so I'm getting the max out of my Baron. And currently I'm sitting on a poor 483 strength, and the Baron gives me 1 maximum samba per 300 strength, and once I reach 1000 strength I get 2% damage dealt by your zombies leech to you as life. So with this kind of character, with the strength stacking, we're probably gonna end up having like 6, 7, 8,000 life, if not more. So we're gonna have a lot of leech, a lot of life regen. So I personally, I don't really see the reason of auras. I mean, yeah, obviously Purity of Elements gives me all resistance, haste makes me faster, and vitality gives me another regen layer, right? But at the moment I'm not even using a Watcher's Eye, because what are you gonna take, you know? It's not like a damage-based character where you say like, yeah, you need Arcane Surge, you need spell damage, you need haste or hatred, base crit, or anything like that. So basically it's just to buff up your minions. At the moment, as I said, I'm running those 3 auras, that's why I took all these reduced mana reservation nodes. But I think at some point I'm just gonna skip every aura. I'm just gonna scale down here because I want to go to the utmost might here for the strength cluster with the Soul of Steel and Bloodless, this kind of cluster here. And I'm probably just gonna take Blood Magic with the double life nodes and Mortal Conviction. The reason for that is I think at some stage I'm going to have so much life regen that I can just summon every single race zombie or whatever I'm going to do based on my life, because we now have like blood magic in total, right? So it's not gonna be a problem at all sustaining my life pool. And then we just, for the free aura that we're having here with the Mortal Conviction, so I can have 1 aura for free basically, but I cannot have more auras. So I'm probably just gonna keep on taking haste and then get a Watcher's Eye, for example, with haste with Onslaught or something like that. We're gonna see about that, or facing while haste or something like that. Yeah, so this is why I kind of put in everything on note here, but in the end I'm probably just gonna take those 3 nodes or 2 nodes here to connect the left and the right side, and just going to replace all of the top side here, and then just get my way towards the utmost might, get a lot of strength nodes. And as I said, I plan to settle down at about 1200 strength, 44 extra zombies here. So, in terms of the playstyle itself, it's actually like your minions are killing. I mean, we can just, if you're new to summoners like I am, and not sure how this looks like, it's all about the speed, the minion speed, right? So at the moment it's just like this, since we have the Spiritual Command, the increase in reductions to minion attack speed also affects you. That's why my shield charge is actually quite fast. So yeah, the only thing I'm using at the moment is shield charge to get forward, then Cyclone to get the Spirit Offering going, and then the Convocation that summons all minions to myself, right? Because I think I'm like too fast at the moment for my minions, so I just have to resummon them on my spot here to have a fair and easy gameplay. So I just move in a bunch of mobs, press my Convocation, and then minions will take care of that. But once that is done, they're just somewhere at the back here, right? I mean, Feeding Frenzy is something that makes it very enjoyable to play, but I just think that my character is still too fast for minions. So either I'm just getting more minion speed, what I'm going to try to do, or I'm just going to make my character slower, which I'm not a big fan of. So, no big surprises. This build was kinda easy and blast to level. I gotta say, in the start, since I was not leveling with SRS, not leveling with skeletons, with the Infernal Legion, or the one gem that minions are burning down, I was not playing with anything of that. Strictly from level 1, I just went with Pure Ray Zombie because it is a level 1 gem here. And in the start they were dying, and they actually had good damage, but they're like attacking so slow, you know. So they have a built-in cleave that's a slam attack where they just slam the ground and it's just an area of effect, which deals a lot of damage, but as I said, minions are dying and they don't really have a lot of attack speed. So the first breaking point was actually at level 18, I think, when I got minion life, I think. Then they started to survive certain attacks. And the big breakpoint was then level 31 with getting the Feeding Frenzy, and it says minions supported from skills are aggressive. This is one thing that made the Golem so enjoyable rather than playing a summoner back in the days when I tried out my first kind of summoner. Because minions are aggressive, so you open a door and minions will charge in and kill everything, rather than waiting in your back, waiting for you to attack something so they realize, oh wait a second, my master is attacking something, I should probably attack it now too, you know? So that is a big quality of life there with the minions are aggressive. If you're wondering, just before I forget that, why I'm running 3 golems, so one golem you can summon in general, right? Then we're having the golem commander here that gives me another golem. And in the end here, I'm running one single, the Anima Stone, which gives me one maximum number of golems as well. But we can forget about the second one with the primordial items, so you can have 4 golems in the end, right? So we're just gonna have one golem in general, one time golem commander, one time the Anima Stone. And the golems that I picked is just both dealing, or all 3 are actually dealing physical damage. The Carrion Golem is actually supporting my zombies with additional physical damage. So in the end, my zombies are doing some big chunk of damage, and the Stone Golem giving me life reach, and on top of that, the Chaos Golem giving me physical damage reduction, which is also like a super nice layer of defense. Alright, so what's the next thing? The actual gearing process, how I plan to level up, or at least gear my character. But first, let me quickly finish the part with the leveling. So, as I said, at one point, once you get the Feeding Frenzy, it starts to ramp up, and from that point on, actually from level 38, when you can actually take the, I think, Withering Touch, then Multi-Strike, and that kind of support gems, then your golem, or at least like your zombie is gonna do a lot of damage, and from that point on, from level 40 to now level 68, it was just like shield charging through, Withering Touch, or at least like Convocation, get your golems up here, and I think it was the fastest Kitava I've ever done. I even did the Uberlap before Kitava, and this is how strong these guys are actually. I did like my Uberlap on level 65, I think. So even Isaro and Uberlap with my 2k life was not a big deal, so that speaks for how strong these guys are. And I think from now on, with the gearing process, I don't think it's going to get any worse in... Actually, it will get stronger and stronger and stronger the more I progress through the story here, right? Or through the mapping. So in this build, there is only 2 items that will stay for sure. And this is the Baron, as I said, for the strength stacking, and the Triad Grip that go for 7 exalts, I think, with 3 white sockets, which is a double corruption. So as I said, these makes the Fizz to Chaos conversion, and then we're gonna focus on pure Fizz and Chaos, and that's why I anointed the Grave Intentions at the moment, because minions have 25% chance to gain Unholy Might, and Unholy Might is, I think, 30% Fizz's extra Chaos, or conversion to Chaos, or I think it was Fizz, wait a second, Unholy Might PoE. I remember something, it was like a big chunk of damage here. So, Unholy Might is above the 30% Fizz's extra Chaos damage. So as I said, our zombies do physical damage, and we're gonna boost it even harder, and even with the conversion and that kind of stuff that is going on, we're gonna get a lot of chaos damage coming from the physical damage itself. So, as I was saying, these are my 2 items. Then the Astral Mantis is a pretty easy way to stack up strength at the moment, but I think I want to go with a rare amulet, because you can have on an Elder amulet, I think you can have +1 to additional zombies and specters or something, or zombies and skeletons. I think this is the stat that goes together, which is actually 1 additional zombie, and they are kind of good. So maybe I'm going to stack or switch away from that. And the Elder amulet also gives you percentage of attributes, although I'm not even sure. I think, oh, it was actually a shaper stat. I have one here with the ally damage and increased attributes. So since it's a strength stacking character, I might even go with this one, just a nice life pool, resistance, and increased attributes on my amulet here. For the weapon, I know that a lot of people are going for 200 maces, going with a level 20 maim, the level of socketed gem, and then just blow up your minions even harder. I probably think this is not really necessary, because I think that my zombies will actually do so much damage that I'm probably gonna stick to one-handed shield. And because I just love the serious reflection that I still have from Flame Dash totems, right? Because the curse immunity, the all resistance, and everything is just so nice to have. And then I can also use shield charge, which is quite nice to have as well. But yeah, or the weapon would probably be a rare weapon with like minion damage, this convocating staff or wand or something that I never pick up because I don't care about it. Something like that, or it's going to be the two-hander. We're gonna see about that. For my chest, there is actually people playing a lot with the Sakwal's Roost or Nest. I think Nest is the chest, with the Avian skill. So the Avian buff or aspect is actually the same as the aspect of the cat, just it gives your minions attack speed and movement speed, and also the player. And the chest will give you 100% more effect of this buff, so it's going to be a lot of minion thing. But since I plan to go with the Mortal Conviction here, I think I'm just going to skip that, take a rare chest, an Elder rare chest, maybe an Astral Plate, and get the increased strength on it, and then maybe crafted attributes, maybe additional curse if I find a way to apply curses in an easy way, something like that. For the rings, probably any rare rings, life resistance and strength, since the strength stacking build. For the belt, it's going to be probably the strength belt, the heavy belt, just multi-modded with increased attributes. For the boots, I'm not even sure. As I said, I plan to do 1200 strength for the 4 zombies. There is a strength stacking boots, I think the Alberon's Warpath or something. But I think I'm still gonna stick with the rare if I can be, or if I'm able to get the 1.2k without the Alberon's Warpath. So if yes, then we're gonna take rare boots. If not, then we're just gonna stick with the Alberon's Warpath on that case. And yeah, this is about the gearing, the current state. As I said, it's still in the progress. I'm not even sure if I wanna keep on using those auras. I'm not even sure if I should take the bone armor, because this is the typical ascendancy people take, the Mistress of Sacrifice, so you are affected by your own spirit offering, which gives you a lot of energy shield. But I'm talking about the bone barrier. The bone barrier is like the body, this bone armor skill, and it gives you a lot of physical damage reduction, all resistance, and so on. And it just 5 seconds, right? And I think for me as a lazy player, it's just an additional button to press. So I might actually, this is like a button where you're saying like, shit, I'm actually dying. You get a lot of recovery rate as well on life and stuff. So this is like, oh shit, I'm dying. I'm just gonna press this one, I regen up and keep on fighting. But as I said, it's 1 additional button press, so I might actually take the Commander of Darkness, or I don't know, anything else, Plague Bringer up. I'm not sure about that one. At the moment, I took this one to try it out, but once I have it now, I'm just gonna say like, do I want to press the button every couple seconds? Probably not. But yeah, as I said, this is the current state of the art. This is what I'm trying to do. As I said, no animated Guardian yet. Spectres just about the Frenzy Dude. I have absolutely no idea what kind of Spectres are out there. What is the best way to buff up your zombies? We're gonna, yeah, find this one out. And this is basically my first take on the Summoner. And yeah, I wait an update in like 2 days. Where we're probably gonna end up clearing all content anyways, because it's a Summoner, we have Summoner League. I don't see any problem here trying to go through it. So today on stream, we're gonna level up, as I said. We're gonna start crafting a bunch of gear and trying to min-max, or starting to min-max the character to get an actual path of building going, to see an average damage of my Chaos Zombies. At the moment, it's a blast, but yeah. On level 68, what are you gonna expect on that one anyways, right? So guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my Summoner. PogChamp.